Hello and welcome back to Definitely Not Terrible number 4, I think it is. Can't really believe I've been doing this for this long, but hey, when you like something and can't quit it, if it's not drugs or alcohol, then probably a good thing. So hoping you guys are having a great day. I'm actually recording this on my 22nd birthday. I know it's crazy. I look like I'm 42, but yeah, I'm only 22 years old. Good old birthdays. I don't know how you guys feel about birthdays, but when you're a kid, like it's a really big thing. It's a big event. I remember I lived in this neighborhood and we'd have all the kids in the neighborhood come along and we'd play like football or something or play in the front yard. But as you get older and as time goes on, it kind of becomes less and less a thing. And eventually, if you're a guy, it becomes like a drinking thing. I feel like it becomes an excuse to go and party and do stuff. But since I'm not one of those guys, I literally just eat, make YouTube videos, and do whatever the heck. For anyone out there, just do what you want to do for your birthday. Don't care what other people think. Don't care about what your friend, like, just kind of do you. And that's what will make you the happiest in the end. I mean, you only get a birthday once every 365 days, so you might as well live it up. So for my 22nd, I mean, I'm really not doing much, and that's purposeful. It's just nice just to hang out, just to kind of chill out, do whatever. I'm literally sitting on my couch recording a podcast on my birthday, and I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. This video could get 20 views and would not care at all, because I just love to talk to people. I'm sure there's one person out there, a few people out there, a few friends out there. Thanks for watching. What's interesting is it's my 22nd, which is, I mean, 21st is really the big birthday, and then all the 20s, I guess, are somewhat. If you're a girl, I guess these birthdays are huge. Like, you're probably doing a bunch of stuff, probably with your friends, doing whatever. I would say the average person, especially those in sororities and fraternities, are out there partying, doing stuff. But for me, it's a very different lane, because I'm 22, and I still have yet to have a first kiss. Most guys, I would say, by this age have done all the bases, done whatever. But I haven't done any, like, literally none. The closest I've gotten is hugs, which is pretty insane, but honestly, I kind of like it that way. As weird as it sounds and as strange as a smile will be, I think it's unique. I think it's different. Because there's certain times in life where you're presented with situations and you're like, oh, damn, I should have done that, or maybe I should have done that. But in this case, it's like, I never really felt the thing, or maybe there was like little bits, but I'm not gonna beat myself up over something. Like, it's just, I know eventually when I meet someone and stuff, it'll be a very interesting conversation. There'll be some very interesting situations ahead of me, but I kind of like that a lot. Like, I'd rather have that than be like, oh, I had sex with like 50 girls and didn't whatever, and just a bunch of one-night stands. Like, that's just not me. I'm the silly, goofy guy that doesn't go into all this stuff. Like, if I'm gonna date someone, my heart has to be completely in it. If you're not doing that, if you're just going in just to have an excuse to be like, oh, I'm dating someone, oh, I did this or I did that, then it's not gonna work itself out the way that you want it to. Because you gotta come to it from a genuine place, or it's just not gonna work out. So that's why I'm not too mad about it. I'm sure I'll be a bit rusty, but who isn't? People care too much about silly things. Like this thing, I'm genuinely like not worried about it. Like it will do whatever when it's whatever. Just let the cards fall where they may, and I mean, it works itself out. I'm 22. Life has been a complete whirlwind the past few years, so nothing really surprises me by this point. And so whenever that happens, that happens. Since I'm graduating soon, life is gonna change a lot no matter what I do. So I'm just kind of along for the ride, just trying to see where it goes. And I think that's the best way to live. We'll talk about my birthday. My family, we did like a little thing, and I literally just asked for two things. I asked for protein powder, the specific protein powder, there's no milk and stuff because I'm lactose intolerant and my stomach is absolutely crushed. So I was like, okay, I just that, and then SD cards, because this thing runs out super quick. I literally got protein powder, protein powder, protein powder, protein powder. Let's be honest here. When it comes to older birthdays, you gotta think like practical, because genuinely, I'm not the biggest guy. I'm a pretty skinny dude, but I just like drinking little protein shakes and do my thing, and just do your thing and stuff. This is mine, and like I don't really care to get some like watch or some whatever, this or that. I just drink protein shakes and then got SD cards because I like to film YouTube videos. Like, it may seem like a lot, but I'll probably go through all this stuff in a solid like 2 weeks. It's a beautiful thing. The circle of life. That doesn't make any sense with what I just said before, but I like saying words, so that's what happened there. Just looking at my little sheets thing, I go from all this stuff. There's one girl in particular I really just can't get out of my mind. Like, I sit back and I have a lot of time to myself. The past few years, I've had a lot of time to just sit and reflect. And ever since I met this girl at this like volunteer thing, ever since I saw her and then like in class and stuff, I just can't get her out of your mind. I'm sure all of you have that kind of thing where it's like, initially I fell in love and I caught feelings for like the first time and it was this whole thing. But then I realized I came to terms with the fact that she probably doesn't feel the same. And that's fine and that's okay. And I haven't seen her in like a month and a half. I barely talked to her and stuff. And yet it's as if she's like never left. It's like she bought a house in my mind and then she's just hanging out there, just living it up, because I just can't get her out of my mind. Like, I think about her more than I think about all my family and all my friends and all this and all that. And I doubt she cares all that much about me. Like, it doesn't seem like she cares that much, but something in me can't get it over. There's been cataclysmic events in my life that have changed the way I view everything. And yeah, I can't get this one girl out of my mind no matter how hard I try. I'm sure this is a thing for both girls girls and guys and stuff, but I write in journal like 3-4 times a day. And you'd think I'd have so much stuff to talk about like the future, because I have no idea what's going on there and stuff that's happened in my past. But I just keep coming back to thinking about her and talking about her. And I don't even think I'm in love with her anymore, but I could be. I don't really know. It's kind of a confusing situation to be in, but I just keep coming back to it. Like I wake up every morning, I literally think about this girl and I think about making YouTube videos, because doing this makes me feel like a sense of fulfillment that not much else does. So I keep thinking about those two things just over and over again. It's just like, damn, I don't really know what's going on, but it's crazy. It feels like more than just like oh, I got feelings, oh, she's pretty and stuff like that. It's like when you find that person that you feel like completes you in a way, and you feel the best when you're around them, and it's like no one else comes close. And what's interesting is I haven't seen her in nearly 2 months, and yet I still feel great. Like I still feel really good. I just can't get her off my mind. I keep getting reminded by her little things, hearing her name, seeing stuff like all the time. It's just a constant thing. I don't want to like pester her and whatever. Like she's living her own life, doing her own thing, but I can't help but feel like there's just something more to this. I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know if I'll include this part in the podcast or anything, but yeah, no, that's just what's on my mind constantly. So that's like making these videos and stuff. If you hear me talking about the same thing over and over again, it's because I don't really have much on my mind except a few things. This is just the main stuff on my mind. Tagging along with that whole thing, now that I'm a senior in college, I'm like 22 years old, like going to college and moving out and doing all that stuff is like a big thing. But really, once you graduate or once you go up, that's when you really start living life. That's the point where I'm getting to. And I always back when thought I was going to be so scared about it. I thought I wouldn't be able to deal with it. I thought it would be too much. But now that I'm here, now that I'm in this situation, I'm really excited for it. Like I'm actually really interested. I don't have anything lined up. Don't know where I would go, move or anything. But I'm actually like really genuinely excited. I'm honestly surprised by how interested I am with my future and with all this stuff. Because I grew up and I was someone who didn't really have much friends growing up. Middle school, high school, like I was pretty much by myself in a lot of aspects. So I was always scared of going off and doing my own thing, because I just always came back to that like isolated, like just lonely thing. But over time, you come to realize that that's the best time. That's the time like where you develop yourself and you find yourself. So it's like now I'm at that point where I feel so good at myself that I'm like, I know that I could do anything or whatever in the future. Like it's just like being ready for when time comes and seeing where it takes you. Because I have a lot of like crazy aspirations and dreams that came out over the past few years and over this time. And I mean, why not shoot for the stars? What's the point of living your life just stale and doing whatever? Like you might as well dream big. And hey, if you don't get all the way there, at least you dream big. And I'm sure even if you don't get to the place, don't get to like dream state or whatever, you're still in a place that's better than you would have been if you never even tried. Having that motivation and having that stuff is super key, and it's helped me a lot. So I'm sure it'd help any of you guys out there. As crazy as it may seem, like I live in Arizona. My parents and stuff have talked about moving to like Cali, moving to like Texas or Like I just keep coming back to, and maybe it's just because this one girl that I like is going to like Spain and talking about going to Europe, but I keep coming back to Italy or like Italy and like France and stuff. And there's this little coast next to the Mediterranean Sea. And it's like, I keep thinking about that. Like when I go to sleep or when I like imagine the place I want to be, it's not really Cali, it's not Florida, New York. It always comes back to like the Italian coast and like those kind of places. And it's like, I don't speak a lick of Italian. I don't speak any Spanish. I don't speak any French. I don't speak any of these languages. So it'd be a whole new experience, but it might as well shoot to the moon and see what happens. Cause I mean, I'm sure certain people could relate to the fact that once you're at a place for so long, that's kind of all you know. Like you just want something else, at least a change up of some sort. Cause I've been here so much that it's just like, I just know every ins and out. It feels like all life has been. So it's like, it'd be really interesting to start off and almost create a new life somewhere else. So that's just a constant on my mind. But yeah, don't let anyone keep you from chasing those dreams, chasing those passions, because they happen for a reason, right? I mean, there's like, at the very least, driving to motivation and desire out of you is huge. So just listen to them, turn that part of your brain and just see if there's something there. Because even if it doesn't work out the way you think, usually it works out in a way that benefits you the best. So it's just like, might as well shoot for the moon. And when I think about like the Europe and all that stuff, I think about Italy in particular, partially because I got family there. I could find a way to live with them or do whatever. But it's mainly just, I really like the warm, chill, laid back atmosphere. And here it's like, it's nice and stuff, but I'm around people that are constantly like, go, 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 da, 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 like nonstop, nonstop. If I knew certain people and if I had like connections in Europe, or like if I had certain people, I know I could get by and stuff. If I was just by myself completely, it would be really tough. But even then, I think I could, if I really wanted to, will it out, like do it and thrive in that situation. But it's like, I'm at my parents' house and right now I'm in my room and I spend like 95% of the time. You could ask anyone in my family, anyone out there, that I spend most of my time in my room. When I go to quote unquote my apartment, and I spend like 95% of the time in my room. And I'm not just in my room, just like going through TikTok or whatever. Like it's editing these videos, working on a video, because it's like, this is my genuine passion. I understand like my passions, but it's like am I at genuinely where I want to be, or am I just where I am because of like where I was born? So trying to evaluate that is kind of huge. And I'm just setting my possibilities to the moon, because certain things have opened my eyes to the fact that I don't want to waste this life. Like I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I want to really live this life to the fullest. Because the thing is, my dream, I talk about my dream, my passion, and like making YouTube videos, I love this stuff and I want to do this as long as possible, but it's also like not my own thing. Like I want to do this. I also am curious about writing, maybe writing a book someday. I've started working on a book. Just want to keep adding to that, and maybe if I get opportunity, try it out, see what goes there. And I also get a kick out of like performing in front of people. It may sound weird, but every night that I'm like usually on campus and like in the city, I find myself like running around the city, doing whatever, dancing, waving at cars, waving at people, saying God bless, doing whatever. And it gives me like a spark. Like it gives me like a spark in me that's kind of different than anything else. It's like that purpose. And I used to think I found it in certain things, but it was, as you could guess, it's in the stuff that you're actually interested in. Like it's my birthday or whatever. And tonight I'll probably be like leaving and like out for like an hour and a half, just running around, walking around, dancing, doing whatever, because it just feels good. Even if people think I'm weird, even if people think, oh, whatever, making people smile and like entertaining people, I love that. Like it gives me like butterflies in my stomach doing that, because it's like at the very least today, I made someone smile, even if they're just like, oh damn, that guy's so crazy, like smiling about that, because I know that that changed someone's mood or changed someone's outlook for a few seconds. So I made at least some difference, and that's what I'm chasing for, is that making a difference in people's lives. That gives me that sense of fulfillment and gives me a reason to keep going and doing stuff. So even making these videos, like I know starting up a new channel is tough, and I know it's at this point like there's probably not going to be that many subscribers, and it's going to take a lot of time to get views and stuff. And genuinely, like a lot of people probably have clicked off by now and haven't even watched this point, but I know that there's maybe like 1 or 2 people, maybe some of my friends are still watching. I like doing this stuff a lot more than I thought even beforehand. So I just want to keep doing this till I'm old. And this stuff, it shouldn't be a surprise to me, because when I was a kid, when I was growing up, I used to watch YouTube videos, all sorts. Like I used to watch PewDiePie, I watched like KSI, watched all sorts of channels, all sorts, like Cody Ko, all these guys. I watch all these different channels, and it gives me that inspiration. It keeps me entertained. It makes the day brighter. So it's like, if I could do that even in the slightest bit, then I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And that's really cool to me. That's like a feeling I keep chasing. Unlike the other channel I made, I spend hours and hours each and every week, like making these videos, making shorts, making TikToks, trying. And the past few months have been really rough, like worst performing videos. And yet that motivation is just stayed, because I know that there's something here. Like I know that I talk about the fact that, oh, these videos, this video did bad, this video did that, or like I know that this will happen. Life has been so unpredictable and so whatever that nothing really surprises me at this point, like I've said before. So no amount of videos doing bad or whatever can keep me from following my passions. And this, since it feels right, I'm gonna keep chasing and keep doing it for as long as I can. The little charging thing popped up, so I'm gonna have to plug this in. So give me 1 sec. Well, I plugged the charger in. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I'm gonna just keep going until this dies, I guess. I honestly forgot what I was talking about, but I love this stuff. Like I'm literally holding a microphone, sitting on my bed. I don't even know if you could hear me. I got a little paper thing, completely broken. It's literally just in shambles, but I just threw it up on there. Hey, if you're curious about who I am, this is me. This is the kind of stuff that I do. I did a little haul earlier, but I'll do another one. One of my good friends, last night we met up, kicked the soccer ball around, Olay. We did all that stuff, and he got me little Lego Friends thing. So just want to show it off, just to flex on all the haters. So just want to let you know. A little Elsa Campbell's, what is it, soup or whatever. Well, the camera just shut off on me, so I had to charge it for the past like half hour. But anyways, let's just get back into this. I've been in Arizona for 22 years, kind of come to know the desert, come to know the heat. It's honestly a pretty nice place, but it's not really the place that's behind why I'm thinking about leaving. It's more so the situation. It's like the equivalent of trying to have a flavor of something, so you kind of know everything about it. You know what's gonna happen this with that, you know how that tastes, you know how that, whatever. That's how I feel like each of the days are here. Like I know exactly what it will be like if I do this, that, this, that, this, that, like anything here, I know exactly how I'm gonna feel, exactly what's gonna happen. And now that I crave like uncomfortable situations, I crave new, I crave whatever, just doing the same thing is a bit numbing. It feels a bit like a merry-go-round. Like I'm doing stuff and it seems like I'm doing different, but I'm coming right back to the same place. Whereas like I just wanna just go and I don't know what's next, I don't know what's going on. I'm just along for the ride. Because I feel like here is a bit of a comfort zone. It's like a bubble. Maybe I'll end up here, maybe I'll come back here in the future. I don't know. I genuinely have no idea, but I just don't wanna limit myself to just like, oh, I'm too scared, or oh, like family's here and stuff like that. Because like in reality, my family, they'll define themselves, my friend will define themselves. They don't necessarily need me in order to go. I grew up thinking that. I spent a lot of time trying to be that people pleaser, doing stuff for everyone else. But over time you realize you're doing a disservice to everyone else when you try to please and try to whatever. Because people gotta grow, they gotta understand stuff on their own. They need their own challenges, they need their own stuff. So when you try to do that, you're really limiting them. From now on, I think I'm just gonna try to do my own thing. Obviously not be selfish. Like there's a difference between doing your thing and being selfish. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I'm gonna do the most most. I'm gonna help out and do as much as I can, but I don't want to come at a place where I'm exhausting myself. So leaving and starting my own life is a big thing that I keep coming back to. That's probably something I'll be chasing the rest of my time here. And with all of that, I mean, trying to stay in the moment is pretty tough because, I mean, for someone like myself, like my mind is wandering. It's already like years ahead of where I am now. And so staying in the moment is tricky, but it's actually beautiful. You may want to escape it in certain situations, be like, damn, I don't really like what's going on, but really just sink in, stay in the moment, soak in, experience every emotion. At least in my case, I've seen a lot of signs or seen a lot of stuff about like, like there's reason behind why I'm here. There's reason why this happened, this happened, this happened. And usually the road may be difficult and may wind in certain ways, but it gets you to a much better place than you think. And the camera battery come on again. So I might just have to move spots and just plug this thing in and just start recording from there. So let's just do that. Okay, so as you probably just saw, I was just fiddling around with stuff. Shoot, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, but staying in the moment, I mean, it's easy to say that when you're like doing great, when you're like falling in love, or when things are going well for you, you're doing something you like, like you feel in tune. Like that's easy to stay in the moment. You can do that anytime. When you're in a spot where there's so much else you want to do, you don't feel like you're in the place where you want to be, like it's a little tricky, but yeah, that's a better one. That's a better time to stay in the moment because in that moment is where there's the most growth and most potential and stuff. Although it may not seem like it, there really is, and that stuff is huge as time has taught me. And a big part that's helped this is making stuff like this, like making these videos and stuff is super good about staying in the moment because I'm thinking about the next video, thinking about when I'm gonna post that. So you gotta stay in the moment, and that helps a lot because I mean, when you don't have a lot of stuff keeping you in the moment, it's easy to drift, it's easy to think about stuff, it's easy to think of the future, imagine, and a lot of the times when you drift in the future, that's when the nerves, that's when doubt, that's when all that stuff creeps in and it makes life like pretty miserable. So when you stay in the moment and whatever, and you're just doing day by day, hour by hour, that's when it's like, I feel like you're at your best because you're thinking in terms of, okay, what am I doing now? Instead of worrying about stuff that ultimately will work itself out. So I think that's a huge lesson I've learned, and I think it's important to take, is just stay in the moment, stay in the present, even if you're anxious, even if you're whatever and stuff. Really feel out your emotions, feel out what's going on, because that stuff is huge. It's key to life and enjoying it, because you can't really enjoy life unless you're really living it, like living in the present. And honestly, I think the living in the present stuff and making these videos. Okay, so the battery went out again, and once again, I forgot where I am, so just get right back into this. Honestly, the battery going out twice and all this stuff, I mean, I'm not great at rambling, so I don't know how long this video is and how much I have to cut and paste and stuff, but it's really nice just talking and chatting, just have a nice little talk with you fellows and fellas. I'm someone who just talks about the same like few things over and over again, so broadening my thing is a little tricky. That's why the whole podcast thing is funny, and that's why the last one of these podcasts was 6 minutes, because it's like, I talk about a few things, talk about things that matter, but it's like, genuinely, like, I just don't care about most things. Why do I care about what's going on with this person? Like, I'm just doing my own thing. I'm on my own wave, just doing whatever. Because like I said before, you only got so much life, so why waste it worrying about people on social media, worrying about what person X, person Y thinks about you? Just worry about what the people that really matter. Just making sure you're just doing the right thing for you and being the best person you can be. And as long as you follow your heart, follow your gut, it's all a cakewalk from there. It's just about doing that and putting that into practice day in and day out. And trust me, you'll do things you never could have even imagined. And almost certainly it's something that you didn't expect. Because life usually throws you things that you don't expect when you really go out of your comfort zone, when you go out and do whatever. And that's what I'm trying to do, and that's why I have no idea what's going on. But honestly, through it all and through whatever happens, I'm just super thankful to be here. Super thankful for all the friends, family, everyone that's in my life. Super thankful for anyone watching. Just thankful to be here alive, happy, healthy. And I hope that anyone out there that's struggling in difficulties, that you just could have a great day and just really understand that every day is a blessing. Just everything happens for a reason, even if it may not seem like it, and just take advantage of the time that you got, because you really don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how much longer you're going to be in this spot or in this situation. So just make the most of it. Live life to whatever your fullest is. For everyone, it's different. For me, it's different than you. And that's all you really can do. But yeah, that's really all I got to talk about. It seems like every single time I make one of these things, it gets super deep. This one, it kind of just was like the entire time. I got so much on my heart, so much to talk about. And just genuinely, I don't do like anything much outside of YouTube and writing stuff. I mean, that's the only stuff on my mind, is the really deep, whatever stuff. So if anyone's got to this point, let me know how your day's going. Let me know what stuff you want next. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, great rest of your month, great rest of your year, just fantastic life. Thanks for watching, and peace out.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.